100K presents brand new podcast. It has been hyped for a couple of weeks now. I am Thumb 1. This is Thumb 2. Welcome to Two Thumbs, an NBA podcast, a gambling podcast. We are trying to win 100K just like we are on every single podcast at this network. So excited to be here. You know me. You saw Matt on the 100K podcast for the AFL. The boys went 22 of 24. So the network in total is running real hot. How are you, Matt?
Good, mate. Two thumbs. That's the best name that we would come up with.
Two blokes that look like thumbs. I look like an underdone chicken chippy, and you look like a fairy vibrator. It is... that's not bad.
Oh, that's brilliant.
No, it's a pleasure to be here. So basically what we are trying to win 100 grand every week, like we are on every podcast. Just two nuffies talking ball.
Yeah, two experts, actually. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We know it all. Who do you follow, Matt?
Believe it or not, I follow the Houston Rockets, the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
I actually don't have a Houston jersey, but I will get that one day. But yeah, I have this, Isaiah Thomas, because he's my favourite player, and yeah. What about you, Lou?
That's fair enough. Yeah, OKC for me. I was a Sonics fan growing up, and I stuck with the move to OKC, which was hard for me in the fam.
So we basically go for the two worst teams.
Two worst teams. Yeah. But on the way up...
They're coming.
So what we're going to do is basically talk about, for our intro, we're going to talk about our top 5 NBA hopes to win the championship.
Yeah.
Going to give you a run through who we think is going to win the MVP, and then that's going to filter in the 100 grand multi each week.
Yeah.
So we're going to post the multi tomorrow morning. You'll get time to put that on. Obviously,
and it's going to cash, so make sure you put it on.
Of course, just like all the other NFL multis that have cashed and all the AFLs, I think we're up to about 38 grand. No, we're not.
And we will be, though.
We will, of course, no doubt. We're on our way. There's no doubt about it. So, first off, Dickie, I want you to give me your top 5 NBA championship hope.
Yeah, so number 1 is clearly the Phoenix Suns. They've been the best team all year, 61-14 record. Booker is playing as an MVP, top 5 MVP. He won't win it, but he should definitely be up there.
Thank you for saying that as well.
Why is that?
Because he won't win it. And
no, he won't win it.
The discussion, he's
definitely top 5.
He's in the conversation for
absolutely.
4th, and that is it.
Yeah. So they've got a 31-8 home record and a 30-6 road record, so they put anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're stacked. Bridges, Ayton, Cam Johnson. They should win the West. They should, and they should win the title. But we'll see how they go. Who have you got?
Yeah, I'm the Suns as well, number 1 for sure. They're just the best team all around. They've got a perfect amount of smalls. They're bigs with Ayton under the rim, and obviously their wing play. They're just the best team in it. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. It's just whether they can get it done. You're number 2.
I've got the Bucks. I think they're easily the best team in the East. Although the East is very, very tough at this stage. You've got the Heat as well, the Celtics, the 76ers. But I still think the Bucks. They've got Giannis. He's probably the best player in the league. They are looking a little bit shaky, but they're still second. Yeah. They've got the 5th best offense, and come playoff time, I think they'll be good to go. They beat the 76ers today, had a really good win. So they should be right up there.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon this is the last time that we're going to share number 2, share a spot. I reckon the Bucks as well. Yeah. I've been on the Giannis train for about 4 years now. I think he's finally getting his flowers. He's unstoppable, and he's shown us that he can do it in the playoffs. And that's hard to stop when you know that a playoff performer is a part of your team, probably the best player in the comp. Yeah. I reckon the Suns are a little bit deeper, but yeah, I would not want to run into Giannis, and they're my number 2 for sure.
Had 50 in a Game 7 last year as well.
Yeah,
so
massive.
He's just an absolute
He's
monster.
fixed his free throws in the middle of a playoff series. It's just, the man he's capable, so... Yeah. You're 3.
3, I've got the Celtics. Now, they've come from absolutely nowhere.
The abyss.
January 6th, they were the 11th seed.
Get fucked.
The 11th seed.
January 6th.
That's crazy, man. They've got the best defense by a country mile. Jason Tatum as well. Probably played his way into top 5 MVP.
Yeah,
top 5,
I'll
6.
give you 5. No higher.
They look unreal. Jaylen Brown as well. Time Lord. Rob Williams, the meniscus tear. It's going to be a massive out, but they've still got Horford, and they've still got Daniel Tice as well. He's a handy backup.
And he's had a good probably 3 weeks.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. Yeah, so best defense in the league, and they should do well. Like I said, the East is stacked.
Yes,
so it'll be interesting to see how they go. But yeah, I got them 3.
That's. I mean, if you said that 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, you honestly would have looked like you would have looked so stupid. But
thank you.
I can't argue with that as of now. I've got Golden State at number 3. Obviously, the bookies have them very, very high. Have them very high. I think they're still second favourite on some. I know they're on Ladbrokes are second favourite. which is bizarre. But they have too many stars. Clay hasn't hit Clay yet, and I think they're still working out how to use him properly.
Yeah, he'll get there. He'll get
of
there.
course he will. And he only needs one night to go off, and all of a sudden he's back.
What about Steph being out?
Yeah, that obviously hurts a lot.
Yeah.
It depends on when he comes back.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm banking on that he's coming back.
Yeah, he'll come back.
Yeah, Steph, Clay, and Dre, I just think
they got a lot of history.
I reckon, you wouldn't want to run
and
into
Jordan
him.
Poole as well.
Absolutely. They got people.
Yeah,
they got people coming off the bench, and I just think I can trust them. So they're my number 3.
Yeah.
Your number 4.
4. I've got Memphis. Another West.
Don't hate it.
Yeah. Well, they're second in the West.
Yeah.
After last year, they were the 8th seed. They had a really good year last year. 4th in offense, 6th in defense. Just a team of dudes.
Yeah, absolutely. They've shown it with
guys. You can tell they love each other. They
100%.
love playing together. Jar is an absolute stud.
Absolutely.
He's just an absolute freak. But in saying that, they're 18-2 without Jar, which is incredible.
Crazy.
And he's another one who's probably top 6. Maybe,
absolutely.
maybe top 5 MVP.
I think Tatum's probably swapped spots with him.
He's missed a few games. But they're just a good team. They love each other, and I've got them 4.
I reckon they're a bit like the MVP conversation. Him being out has probably helped them.
Yeah.
They've learned how to win without him. So you add him in. Whether that affects your starting 5, it definitely affects your bench.
Yeah.
So
he's just so good to watch as well.
They're very Celtic-like to me. They're just a good team.
Yeah.
So it's just whether they're Star, Jar, or Tatum, can they be the best player on the court?
Yeah.
Your number 4 for me is the Celtics. Same reasons that you spoke about. I wouldn't have even thought they would have been 4th up until today.
I know, it's crazy.
But they are.
Crazy.
They're just they're an unreal team. It's just whether they have enough talent. Can Tatum be that top 5 NBA MVP player consistently for 3 or 4 series? So it'll be interesting to see. Your number 5.
5. I think we both have the Nets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving now, who's back full time. I know they're the 8th seed. But, come playoff time, they're the guys you want in your team, KD and Kyrie. And if they can get Ben Simmons back, I know he hasn't played, I know he's a weak dog, but when he plays, he's one of the best defenders in the league, and I think they need him. Yeah. So I've got the Nets at 5.
If he does play, he doesn't need to shoot the ball. He can literally go 0 from 0 and still be on their starting team. Yeah, I agree. KD for mine. I talk about it a lot, but Kyrie is a little bit unproven in playoffs since he made that really good shot that everyone talks about for Cleveland. Yeah. He has gone missing a little bit. I know a lot of that has been injuries, but KD, the only man that could stop him last year was Giannis, and he's the best player in the world. Yeah. So they are definitely they're the 8. I think they're 8 seed still currently. Yeah,
they're still the 8 seed.
Still the 8. So
and people are trying to avoid them.
Absolutely.
At the top.
Absolutely.
So that tells you how good they are.
I reckon there's probably never been a year where seeding has mattered the least.
Yeah.
It always matters, of course, because it matters who you play and when you play them and your home court advantage. I know that. Yeah. But it is seriously deep, especially in the East. Yeah. And that unfortunately have to be number 5 for me.
And then 6 would be in the Thunder?
Just rounding out the top 6 there with SGA that they've just clocked him off for the rest of the season.
That boy Giddy.
Yeah, just SGA out for the rest of the season puts a little bit of a sword through our championship hopes. We've sort of talked about it. Your top 3 NBA MVP. I think it's pretty clear. You probably know it already. It's the bookies. They've got it pretty spot on. Yeah. Do you agree with the top 3? And who's your 4th?
My 4th would be Devin Booker. I think you have to. 26, 5 and 5, and their team is easily the best team. I think he has to be in there. But number 1. So as you said, the top 3 is pretty obvious.
Top 3 is obvious.
Number 1, I think Jokic. I think he just has. I think he has to win. Yeah. They're the 6th seed in the West, but they're only 1 game behind the Bucks. So and that matters. Yeah, and he's just playing off the charts. His advanced stats are off the charts. They're the 6th seed, like I said, and he's got no Jamal Murray and no Michael Porter Jr.
Honestly, reckon that stat is one of the most important ones that you said. They're the 6th seed, but they're only 1 behind the Bucks. That's massive. It's very easy. You can make it sound how you want to make it sound. You can say he's only the 6th seed. Russ Westbrook was the 6th seed when he won the MVP, but obviously the triple doubles. But only 1 win behind the Bucks, so it just goes to show the difference.
And look at the guys he's playing with. Aaron Gordon, he's not bad. Monty Morris, Austin Rivers.
Playing with a bunch of very vibrators.
Yeah, like me.
Like you, yes.
Who have you got number 1?
Number 1, I've just got Jokic. Yeah. It's crazy. The best thing about MVP, it's just like a long horse race. It is always worth watching because it matters. I I reckon Embiid had it in the bag probably 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. And I just think he's probably slowed down a little bit with the Sixers slowing down a touch.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to make it work with Harden. But yeah, I think Jokic just has to be number one.
Yeah.
And Embiid
And usually at this time of the year, usually the MVP is sort of done. Like you
100%.
know who's going to win.
Yeah.
But this year it's going to go right down to the last game, literally, I reckon.
I'm speaking selfishly because I have a futures bet for Giannis to win, which
Yeah.
pays a lot of money. But I honestly
I've got
think
that in my notes
he's
as
the
well.
he's the perfect example. If he
Yeah.
can somehow claw to the 1 seed,
Yeah.
have 3 50-point games in there. I had a look at their
Yeah.
schedule the other day.
I've got that too.
That's great because I'm pretty sure they play. I think.
So they beat Philly today.
Yeah.
Then they've got the Nets,
Yeah.
Clippers, Mavs, Bulls, Celtics, Pistons, Cavs.
That's
So it's
unbelievable.
pretty
What's
tough.
that? 8 games. If they can go 7-1, 6-2, and Giannis has like 3 50-point games in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
I reckon he's the kind of guy, and in a good way as well. I actually think he wants the MVP.
Yeah.
To beat
As he should as
100%.
well,
To
man.
go 7-2 against those teams and win
Yeah.
the MVP is such
And
a
prove to everyone he's the best player.
because he's getting his flowers, but I honestly think he deserves more.
Yeah.
So
And my bank account is riding Giannis as well.
as is mine.
Yeah.
So but Giannis, it looks like he's third at the moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
Or
it's
neck and
tough.
neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fourth is. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm on a podcast and I should know. Jeff from 100K, he's massive. He said he really likes the Booker call. I hated it because he's just not in the conversation.
Yeah.
It's awesome what he's doing. I think one day he could be an MVP. But to have Chris Paul in his side, just don't. He's not the MVP.
So you hate Devin Booker.
Like last year as well, we were talking about Curry. Is he the MVP because he had 1 million points in the last month?
Yeah.
But no, he wasn't. Tatum been awesome. I haven't been a massive Tatum fan because I just don't think he wins
Yeah.
enough. And I think all he does early in his career, all he did was score. He didn't make anyone else better.
He's become more of a like
But he's
facilitator
lifted.
now.
He has,
yeah,
100%. That's how. Yeah.
And then
That's what I do.
obviously Embiid as well. He's the other.
Of course,
person
yeah.
top three. He's just an absolute monster. He's been unstoppable. 30, 11, and 4 assists. They're 4th in the East. He's just been, like you said, he probably had the MVP halfway
Yeah, I
through
reckon
the
he
year.
had it wrapped up.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the final few
And-
games go. And
Interesting. He's had it wrapped up. That's twice now. He had it wrapped up last year.
yeah,
And got in.
He would have won it if he
100%.
did. Absolutely.
And then Jokic won it. So,
Yeah.
so speaking about Tatum, Boston, I want to ask you: do you believe?
I think I do. I think, like I said before, January 6th, they're the 11th seed. It's unbelievable
It's
to
crazy.
think. But their defense is just unbelievable. Number 1 in the league. Marcus Smart is the favourite for Defensive Player of the Year,
Yeah,
which is
just huge.
unbelievable.
Playoff, big for playoffs.
Like I said before as well, the Time Lord, Robert Williams' injury is huge for them. He's been unreal as well. But yeah, I think they can give it a genuine crack, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what I think is the clear favourite. You look at Sun Celtics, and I don't know, I'd probably go, 4-2, maybe
Yeah.
4-3. So that goes to
Yeah.
show that, they're definitely a chance. Want to touch on the Lakers because they're a big topic. I know there's not a lot. They're a bit like
Are they though?
They're a bit like the Cowboys, but 100% they are. They're LeBron's team. They are. How do you see them getting out of this hellhole? And I mean, at the end of the season, whether they make the playoffs or not, I think we all get that it's irrelevant.
They're the 10th seed now.
Yeah,
Which is
so
so they're out of the playing game.
and no guarantee to finish 10th.
No, that's absolutely. And LeBron rolled his ankle yesterday,
So,
so he was out today. I don't know.
So,
I think they
okay.
will. I think they will make it.
Do they trade AD?
No.
Okay.
But I tell you, they will trade
Russ.
Russell or Westbrook.
But easy to say that. They'll get bugger all for him.
It's better. It'll be better.
I would trade AD.
For who?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. You get.
He does get injured.
You'll get $1.30 on the dollar because
Yeah.
teams will want
Someone
him.
will take him.
Someone
for sure.
will 100% take him.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to start again, but they don't need AD.
Yeah.
They don't. I just don't. I would trade him.
Well,
I
it's
think
all
they
up
have
to
to.
if LeBron wants to trade AD, they'll
Of course,
trade AD.
it's
But
up
I
to
can't.
him.
They're both clutch clients. I can't see him wanting to trade AD.
Yes, I agree. But I think it's time, as you would have heard on other podcasts, it's time to stop listening to LeBron, unfortunately, because he's going to fuck off as soon as Bronny's ready to go. Come to OKC, because we'll draft him probably 3 rounds higher than he should just to get the king. But I love that
Does
pick.
LeBron really want to go to AKC though?
Bronny does, because he wants the
Bronny-
first round pick. So, all right.
Yeah,
So
but I think-
you don't think trade AD?
I don't know. I don't think he can.
I would.
I don't think he can. But you definitely got to trade Russ.
Yeah. Well,
And you got to try and keep Malik Monk. He's their only shining light this year. He's next to
yeah.
LeBron. He's been fantastic. So hopefully they keep him. Hopefully LeBron, gets himself right, and next year they reload.
Watch them keep AD Russ and give Monk a max.
Hey, he probably deserves it, man.
Your best bet. So obviously, comes into the betting, we want to win you
Yeah.
some money. We want to win us some money.
We
to be
will,
honest,
no,
but
we
it's a-
will
We're the
win us
number one
some money.
sports gambling podcast network in Australia and New Zealand. It's
Number
unbelievable
one.
what we're doing. The NFL, we're that close on. The boys went 22 of 24, I believe, last week.
It
is
still
gonna
hurts.
be so close. The Punters Club opens up next week, so automatically can be in every week's multi.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
What is your best NBA futures bet in
Yeah.
this season to come
Yeah.
this year?
So
With juice, we want value.
yeah, so like, as we know, the NBA is quite hard to gamble on.
Very hard.
Like it's quite hard. But my best bet is the Clippers to come out of the West.
Oh, absolutely.
They're
not.
paying $26. And I know it probably won't happen, but Paul George came back today from his elbow injury, and there's rumblings that Kawhi Leonard is going to come
100%.
back.
Apparently, he's playing 5-on-5s.
Exactly
That's
right.
cool.
So if they can get PG and Kawhi back for playoffs, they could be anything. We saw them last year get to the conference finals. So that is my bet. If Kawhi comes back, of course. So
Honestly,
$26.
I could not agree more. Mine was similar. I had Memphis about 3 weeks ago. They've come in about $10. That's no longer it. But I could not agree more. You look at their pickups that they picked up at the end of the trade deadline.
Absolutely.
They are such a gritty playoff team.
Yeah.
And if those two stars are back, $26 is crazy.
Yeah.
Just have $10 on it.
And even last year, they had Kawhi was injured for the rest of, and
100%.
they still nearly beat.
PG carried him. Nan would have
Absolutely.
some super left, so if you can, delve into it because she's had a couple of wins in her super. My bet here, I'm going to blow your mind a touch here. It's going to be like Alan and the Cass.
Oh, you got a lot written down.
Yeah,
there,
I know. I know I've said the Nets are number 5, but I don't like their chances. They're number 5 because of KD. He's the second best player, one of the best players of all time. But I honestly think it's a good bet to bet on the next 4 to come out of the East. So I'm going to blow your mind a little
So
here.
you're putting a line through the Nets.
I'm putting a line through the Nets for betting reasons.
Yeah.
So as an outlay, as an example, we're going to put $125 into Sportsbet. We're going to have $37 on the Bucks at $3.75 to win the East. We're going to have $34 on the Sixers at $5 to come out of the East. We're going to have 32 on Boston and 32 on Miami to come out of the East. The max win for 125 bet, the max win there we can get is about $67. The least we win is if the Bucks come out of the East, which I like for the chip. So it's probably going to happen. We win about $13. That's with 125, but double that and it's anything. I reckon the net. Yes, they're my 5th. It's because of KD.
Yeah.
If he rolls his ankle, they're cooked. I think that's some free cash, and I like the Bucks a lot, and I like having
you
Boston.
like everyone.
I like everyone exactly. That's why I'm betting on everyone. I've done the numbers here.
Yeah.
I will post this later.
The numbers are there. I can see them as
37,
well.
34, 32, 32. You add a 10 to that. Yeah, it's going to be a confusing minute. Of
So you can't
podcasting,
not lose.
You can't lose.
You're gonna have
unless
some sort of profit,
unless the Nets make the finals.
which they won't.
But if I was a betting man, gun to my head, they're not making it.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's fair.
yeah, thank me later. We'll cut that up, and we might even get that translated because that'll need some work.
No, that'll do.
Now
Tomorrow.
we don't have the multi. We can't bet on it, which sucks. We've given Sportsbet a lot of crap.
Like,
throughout the year.
like we said, NBA is tough to
Unfortunately,
gamble.
it's not ready. It's not ready. So we're going to post it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
We will win $100,000 before season's end.
Yeah.
I've said it. Click
Absolutely.
that. We'll post it tomorrow. Matt and I will have a bit of a powwow.
A bit of a study.
A bit of a powwow.
Bit of a morning meeting.
We'll scissor thumbs.
Yeah.
And
Playoffs 2 weeks away.
Throw a multi on. It's crazy. Great times. This will be 2 thumbs. It'll go NFL season. We'll hit the All-Star break, and here we go.
We don't actually look like thumbs, though,
Thumb.
do we?
I am
Look.
awfully thumbish.
Nah, I don't reckon.
So we'll post that tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Obviously, next week we'll discuss how we went and why we went.
When we won 100k, of course.
So that is it. Our first episode
First
of Two
show.
Thumbs. Grab a Coke, have tacos tonight. Sizzy and Nan, we
What?
have done it.
Well done, mate.
No, well done. Hey.
I will see you next week. Make sure you listen, you bastards.
I'll play. Hang on. I can't
Oh, you gotta play the theme song. Yeah.
Who?
I promise you, we will win 100k.
They're already
We will
scissoring
win
Nan.
100k. What are you doing, Luke? Get there, brother. I got nothing else to say, man. There we go. First show in the books.